Good morning. Feeling cryon. Let's all just breathe. Let's all just breathe. Take a nice deep breath in. Let go. And as you come into the thread, just relax. I'm setting an energetic relaxation into the thread. Good morning, Alshea. So Mondays are Moon Day, just to let you know. Hi, Bernadette. Mondays are Moon Day. So that's about our feelings and our emotions and how we want to carry ourselves through the week, right? And you're dipping into your belief systems to figure out what satisfies, nourishes, and supports you. And Mondays are really about that. So we've developed a culture in society as a condition, right? We've been programmed to not like Mondays, okay? Can you see how the separation of divine masculine and feminine begins? It begins in every insidious aspect that you're practicing. So, in order to get out of conditioning, it's best to recognize what really comes from the heart. Okay? So, you'll naturally be challenged in it's naturally to be challenged in times that there's a lot of change. And there's a lot of change right now. And we're all deciding what that change should look like, how we should experience it, and what we feel it should be. And that is us defining it through our belief system. Our belief system is our divine feminine. So if we're cut off from our belief system, the actionable sequence of inspired action is masculine energy. And the feeling, emotional, contemplative energy is your spirituality. That's your belief system. I'm just going to let that settle in. Okay. Wow, we are definitely in the pitching of the sea right now as far as energy goes. And it's a really good space to be if you understand it. I understand it. At least I've created an understanding for myself so that I can navigate this style of energy. And I've taken years to be able to make it to where it's easier for me. And that's what my life is, making it easier for me. I want to make my life easier, not harder. I don't want to go into somebody else's understanding and begin to do that and then feel like I'm not answering what I need. And that's where we're feeling the separation. So first you have to determine what it is that you want. What do you really want? Okay. And if you're staying in an old story of, I can't have this, or I can't do this, or this can't happen, okay, then that is how you're going to receive what you're asking for. Very efforted and maybe not the way that you want. Being in alignment means that you're practicing resonant energy. Resonant. That means you will feel and think in the same way and take actions around it. So any subject could be alignment. Any subject could be alignment. Anger, rage, disappointment, alignment. Got it? The idea is that you come into recognition of how you're feeling and then you decide if you want to keep generating that frequency. So if you have things that are on your heart, right, you need to ask your body, why am I carrying this? Why are you carrying this? How can I assist you? What story is it that we're carrying that feels so heavy, right? And then when you find it, because we're all finding it right now, okay? So as you find the story that you're talking about inside your body that gives you weight, it could be physical, mental, or emotional. Physical weight, mental weight, emotional weight. That's where we're at right now. So there's going to be like a heaviness that we're considering. And because we're considering a heaviness, gravity is going to play a part in it because we're going into our physical experience. So you may feel a pulling down toward the earth. All right. And your mind is maybe resistant to that pulling down to the earth. But I want you to just think about you plugging in to the biggest resource that you have, the earth, okay? To earth herself. And just keep thinking about the earth and how much she provides you. Bernadette, you said you have an interview in 20 minutes, and so the earth is providing you that. A way to get there, a voice, experience that you come from, okay? The earth. So you plug into the earth and you tell her, thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for providing for me. Thank you for bringing about more opportunities. Thank you for aligning me to my best possible outcome. Thank you for giving me optimal opportunity. Thank you for allowing myself to be enough, right? Okay. And I only use that as an example, Bernadette, is that we have external values that we're in. And if we bring ourselves back to ourselves, that's going to be our best information. So the idea is to bring yourself back into your body and let your body be enough. And then just ask your body, how can I support you? So I know that I don't have to constantly ask how I have to support my body. I can ask my body, how can I support you in this moment? And if it says just relax, then that's what I want to do. I want to relax. I want to relax into all is well. Everything's okay. It's all going to work out. And you notice that I dipped into gratitude. And the reason I dip into gratitude is because it's an excellent vibration for me. I love it. I love to be grateful. When I move into the space of that vibration of gratitude, it feels and senses intellectually that I am enough. Okay. And when I feel and think that I am enough, possibility opens for my next adventure in a different way. All right. It doesn't open from the restricted place of not having. It opens from a place of abundance and prosperity. So more opportunity in like value comes into my experience. And that's how it actually works. So tuning your vibration to what you would like to experience is choosing a feeling that you want. That's it. Choose a feeling that you want. The reason I use gratitude is because a lot of people have an understanding, a thought about it, and they can move into a feeling around it. So I use that word because it's easy. That's easy peasy. Okay. I like to use the word ease, right? Now think about ease and then feel it in your body. feel ease in your body. You have to command your DNA, because you self-regulate your emotional body. So you have to command your DNA through an understanding to feel ease. And then you're creating a meaning, a feeling in your body. So you have to know what ease means to you. Okay? So you have to feel what you have to feel what ease means to you. Now, what I'm sensing in the thread, and that means I'm feeling into the thread. I'm feeling into the thread of all the participants that are currently and possibly will be watching it later. Okay? And this is called an entrainment. That means all of us are focused in one direction in a shared energetic vibration. That's entrainment. All right? So now we're all moving toward that word, ease. Okay? So let's just focus on the word ease. What does ease feel like? All right? Okay. So now you're noticing that you were not in ease and that you're struggling to find ease. So that is an indicator you're using assertive energy. And ease probably feels more like contemplative, like a letting go of. So your understanding has to match what you're trying to produce in a feeling, because you're creating a vibration. You're literally creating the vibration that you want to work with in the future. Okay? So slow down, talk yourself into it, because that's what you do all day long anyway. So you talk yourself into the spaciousness that you're choosing, and it's through a subject. Sometimes we'll say, my car got a flat tire and now I'm upset. Okay, that isn't necessarily what upset you. It's just a go-to, and it's a right now picture for what you're experiencing. But there's like a low frequency that you've been practicing underneath that happy-go-lucky facade. Okay, so whatever your mask is, it will be unveiled through what comes next. What you experience next tells you how you're feeling. So whatever you're experiencing next, that is how you're feeling. And that is what you think about. And those are frequencies, and that's what generates more of the same. All right? So you take in your world around you. You decide how you want to feel about it. That generates a meaning. You might contemplate it and think about it and think, oh, maybe I should do something. Maybe I should be something. Now you're creating an understanding from an energetic frequency you're experiencing. You're making it up. You're making all of it up. So make up a good story. Make up a story that like makes you like the heroine or the hero. Make up a story that everything always works out for you. That everything always works out for you. And honestly, you have evidence that that's the truth, because here you are. Here you are in whatever capacity you thought was overwhelming, that wasn't enough, and that you couldn't show up for. Here you are. You showed up. You made a really good way through it, and everything is going to be all right. Okay? So the idea, okay, is external. And when you pull in possibility, it becomes something because you give it understanding. If it's a feeling or you're feeling into, whatever the energy is, getting information, that's what you're doing. You're bringing it into your experience and you're matching it to various vibrations you've had before and that might be stored in your cells. And as that awakens, it tells you what that means. Okay? Meaning is in the body, understanding is in the mind. And the understanding is a masculine energy because it has reasoning, intellect, and audient conversation. Okay? And the divine feminine is how you perceive the information, your clairvoyance, and how you feel about it, your sentience. Your sentience builds your intuition. That's the divine feminine. The divine feminine is about common sense. Like, how do you feel about this? I feel like this. You feel like this. Okay, great. And you look for a commonality between the parties involved, which is everyone. It isn't just this group. It's not just this group. That's not common. That's selective. So common sense. How in the greater good can this be better? That's common sense. That's divine feminine nature. It's unfolding. Okay. It becomes contemplative. It derives beliefs from it. It allows you what you think your operational value is. It develops your morals and standards. Your integrity comes from that. You reason into all of that information, how you wish to act. Okay, that's divine masculine. So allowing yourself to understand that everything came awake. Everything came awake. And you're learning how to kind of juggle these brand new energy signatures because they are present, very present. So you might be feeling way too much. Okay. So if you're feeling way too much, it's just telling you that everything you haven't worked on is very present for you. And what do you want to do with it? It isn't just get rid of it. It's you need to, in order for operating capacity. All right. Because it's going to be there anyway. It's going to be there anyway. The energy is going to be there anyway. And until you address the construct of it, and decide how you want to manipulate it, it will still be what it is that you're trying not to experience. There's lots of little sayings like what you resist persists. However, it's what you're unwilling to look at doesn't change its vibration. It stays the same. So if you want a vibration to change, if you want a frequency to change, if you want your feeling or a thought to change, you must do so. You have to execute that. You're the one who does that. You can pull ideas from consciousness. Okay, because that's what we do. We share consciousness. So whatever you think, I think, both of us have access to. None of us own any of. Got it? We're all part of. That's oneness. That's oneness. Now, I would contend that oneness is many different words. It's energy, spirit, divine, universe, source, God, gnosis. Okay. And some people say it doesn't exist. All right, great. However, even in the doesn't exist, you're still describing something that exists to say it doesn't exist. Got it? So it exists. So since we're talking about existence, that's the energy that you're really experiencing. Existence. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And you have the capacity to read past, present, and future all at once. That's what you do. I remember last time that I ran a red light, I got a ticket. So you don't do that anymore. See? Very simple. Very simple. Okay? All right. So you're already looking perceiving, frequency in another space and time. Okay. You're bringing in that understanding and creating a meaning, how you feel about it, so that you can inspire yourself into an action in the future. Okay. So you're reading energy 100% of the time. That's what you're doing. And when it is pulling the information in, that's divine feminine. When it is projecting an action out, that's divine masculine. Okay? Yay, I think we all got that one. Cool. So now I want to go ahead and move forward for the week, because I love doing a week ahead sort of aspect. And when I was shuffling, I'm using my Magic Monday, Mystic Monday cards. I love them. They're divine feminine cards, very feminine, the way they're drawn and everything. And I appreciate the two cards that flipped out. The first card was the Lover's card. So we're all working on relationship. And it could be with others, but it's really self. Okay? That is the only relationship that you filter your life through. Is you. So the relationship is about you. And knowing that you are at a space, you're at a place in your mind and in your heart that you feel like you're almost at completion. Okay? And you know that there's only a little bit more to go. And so you might be contemplating something else to do next. First, it's time to relax. That's what time it really is. It's time to relax. You have to understand that when the divine feminine in consciousness woke up, it was like, stop, no more. Hold on, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but you'll know when I do it. And that's how the energy is right now. It's exactly how the energy is. A lot of people are reading it as female rage. And that's probably pretty accurate. That's probably really fucking accurate. However, it doesn't lie in a person. It lies in an energy, and the energy is being practiced by male and female. Okay? There's no gender to rage. But this divine feminine rage that everybody is feeling at a low boil inside of their body, that's because it wants to be heard. So your feelings want to be heard. And since your feelings want to be heard by you, you're the only one that can talk to you about it. And if you keep saying the same thing over and over again about how you feel, that's how it will live. Okay? You'll live that way. Because we're shifting together. We're shifting how we experience divine feminine right now. We're going to allow it to be as rage-filled as it needs to be. We don't have to take action in rage. We can allow the rage to be part of the energy that we're going to move. Okay? You're a loving individual. You're a loving individual. And you're learning what you're capable of right now. And it's hard. It's really hard to learn that you could just take someone out. It's hard to learn that, right? It's hard to learn that you have darkness that's so deep that you don't want to take an action around, but it's there. Okay? And that's what we're learning right now. We're learning how deeply seated these feelings of oppression are. And when we come to them, we find out that we are the ones ourselves doing it to ourselves, continuing to do it to ourselves. And that rage, the water gets a little hotter. Okay? Knowing your capabilities is exquisite. It's exquisite. It's necessary. All right? And you may even be feeling me or them. If you can move out of that, that would be really lovely. And just move into us. us. Sometimes that is hard, okay? Just move into us. How about us? All right. And that is how you manage that rage. Isn't that crazy? That is how you manage that rage. You just move into us. How are we feeling? What is the greatest value I can offer to myself and others right now? Okay. I just think of us, because you have to manage yourself and you have to manage your surroundings, because you're the one that's in charge. You're calling for accountability. So you have to know what that looks like. So you have to practice it so that you can say, I'd like for you to be accountable. Otherwise, you're still in the same poo pile that you're talking about somebody else is in. The idea is to allow yourself to know that change is going to happen. It always happens. That's our sustainability. Transformation, you can call it that. That is what happens. You wake up, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. You haven't had this day before. It's not something that you have experienced yet. You may have had similar days. Maybe there was another Monday somewhere. Okay. Maybe there was, maybe you did watch last week. Okay. But you can see, even trying to compare them, they're different. So they're never the same. That means they're perfect. They have nothing to measure against to make them imperfect. Nothing. You're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. The reason that we get fed information about imperfection is so that we can consume things that have been created that we're told allow us to be perfection. Yet all of those developments come from people. People. And people get it from the earth. And it's never happened before. So we're perfect even before it starts. Even before it starts. So just allowing yourself to understand perfection. Perfection means you. All right. Okay. So here's the two cards. The Lover's card. All right. And it is facing yourself. You could see how it's facing yourself and walking into yourself and loving yourself and coming into the understanding that you're enough while you're on the road, right? Because you're traveling. Okay. That's a spiritual lesson that we're in right now. Here is where we're at in the spiritual lesson. We're at the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is about knowing that there's still a little bit of work to do. Okay, still a little bit of work to do. And the work is building home and hearth. So moving into a divine feminine nature of how to build community. All right, a matriarchal community. So the difference, this is something that a lot of people don't understand. Okay, but I want to give you an understanding. First, matriarchal society is built around a concentric practice. The circle around the practice is something, the core of what they find the greatest value in. It's usually children. It's usually children. Okay. So that would mean a matriarchal society would put children at the core for protection and growth and nurturing and love. Okay. That's what a matriarchal society would do. Then they would build community around that, so that way there were people who could directly take care of the children in many different ways. We all have families and we're doing that, right? Okay. So you would have a lot of families doing the same thing. And that's how you build community. So the community is there. Do you need anything? Can I get you anything? And then you would build another layer. And this layer would be how to hold that sacred. So this might be the divine masculine and feminine coming together in a way that allows this concentric aspect. And that's how a matriarchal society works. A patriarchal society is built in a hierarchical system. That means that you have levels, okay? And watch the separation. So you have this person who's below this person, who's below this person, who's below this person. Get it? All right. And anybody who's up here wants to be the top person because then everyone's below them. Got it? Because then you tell yourself things like, it's not that bad. I'm not that bad. Okay? And that breaks apart the circle that actually provides safety, sustenance, and support. Okay? It's like a no-brainer for me. It's like a no-brainer. So what we're doing in society is we're building these beautiful matriarchal circles, and just keep doing that. Just keep doing that, because we'll hold this accountable in their own rules, That's fine. But we don't have to, okay? And we will. Got it? All right. And that's how it's really going to work. And we're already doing it. Breathe. We're already doing it. You are beautiful. Your heart is creating the frequency of love to sustain what we will build. Sure, it's hard. It was hard to get here, but we built this. So let's build something else. Let's build something that has more love, that has more experience of support, community. Let's do that. And let's do it one little itty bitty bite at a time, okay? Until it becomes our norm, till it becomes our ability to really get to what will help us. All right? Okay, so I have that. They told me to go ahead and pull Cryon. So Cryon is usually a contemplation card for readings. So let's find out. It feels like this card is going to be a resemblance or a representation of the energy you can work with for the week. Ooh, that's nice. All right. I am eternal. That's the card. I am eternal. So this isn't something that you've never experienced in your energy. This is something that resonates so deeply, you're going to move toward it. All right? I am eternal. Just like I was telling you that you read past, present, and future, right? Got it? Simply because your vehicle dies, that doesn't necessarily mean your energy dies. I turned right to it. Here we are. I am part of the creative source. I am as old as old. I am as young as young. I am eternal, and my wisdom is forever. I can co-create miracles even though I am a human, because my soul awakens in me, and the beauty of mastery is finally within my grasp. I am God. That's hard for people. You could say I'm an extension of God. Okay. All right. So, rune for the week. And I think that after that, we'll go ahead and we'll do the contemplation, like the 2-minute aspect. I guess I didn't pull them out. I thought I did. Oh, they're there. I have 3 different styles of runes. They're telling me that I'm going to pull this time. Okay. Oh, Suelo. That's going to be wholeness. And this is what it looks like. There's no reverse on this. So this is going to be our contemplation for the week, along with I am eternal. Okay? Wholeness, life force, the sun's energy. Suelu stands for wholeness, that which our nature requires. It embodies the impulse towards self-realization and indicates the path you must follow. not from ulterior motives, but from the core of your individuality. Seeking after wholeness is a spiritual warrior's quest, and yet what you are striving to become is in actuality is what by nature you already are. I love that. I love that. You're already it. I told you you're perfect. Okay. Become conscious of your essence and bring it into form. Express it in a creative way. A rune of great power making life force available to you. Sowelu marks a time for regeneration down to the cellular level. Okay, so that brings me to wanting to introduce some energy into our thread. So let's grab essence and bring through fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air, all the way through all of our bodies, our spirits, our minds. There we go. We'll undo the bottom of our feet and let it kind of flow freely through us, to us, and through us, connecting us deeply into the earth. There. That feels like ease. That feels better. All right. Although this rune has no reversed position, there is reason for caution. You may see fit to withdraw or even to retreat in the face of pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expend your energy now. Know that such a retreat is a retreat in strength, a voyage inward for centering, for balance. Timely retreat is among the skills of the spiritual warrior. Sowelu counsels opening yourself up, letting the light into a part of your life that has been secret, shut away. To accomplish this may call for a profound recognition, for admitting to yourself something that you have long denied. There is a prayer, known as the Gayatri, that embodies the spirit of the rune of wholeness. Address the sun in this fashion. I like to connect to the sun, so I brought the sun in. Okay. I call the sun Ra. That's how he was introduced to me. That's how he introduced himself to me. When I was 15 and 16, I was a sun worshiper. How fun, huh? Okay. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. That would be illuminating the world. That's the work. Okay. While reciting the Gayatri, visualize the sun's rays streaming forth into the world, entering your heart, and then streaming out from your heart center and back into the world. This is a powerful and life-enhancing prayer. There is a caution here not to give yourself airs. Even in a time of bountiful energy, you are required to face and vanquish your refusal to let right action flow through you. Nourish this capacity, for it is the mark of true humility. Practice the art of doing without doing. Aim yourself truly, and then maintain your aim without manipulative effort. Meditate on Christ's words. I can of my own self do nothing. For by our own power we do nothing. Even in loving, it is love that loves through us. This way of thinking and being integrates new energies and permits us to flow into wholeness, which is the ultimate goal of the spiritual warrior. Okay, so for me, that little bit of interpretation for the week for Sowelu is that I have enough energy to accomplish what it is that I would like. And it's not very much. So staying in my wholeness and being present completely. That's my job this next week. Okay. All right. Goodness. Now let's go ahead and we'll close with a little meditation. So if you are in a space that allows you to close your eyes, you can go ahead and close your eyes. For the replay, I don't close my eyes because it's whatever. Anyway, I don't care. I probably will. Oh, goodness. So what I thought and felt and generated to our entrainment was ease from our shoulders, like a relaxing. And so you might have felt like you came into your body, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're coming into our physical self. So it might be a sitting down. There you go. And you can close your eyes, and I want you to imagine or pretend that that big, heavy backpack that you have on your shoulders, one side is being released, the other side being released, and then lifted off of your back so you don't have to carry it anymore. I feel all that gratitude. I love you guys. That was great. And we're just going to stay in that gratitude, and we're going to let it expand into our physical field to the cellular level. We're going to keep generating that vibe of gratitude. We're going to let joy come in on that vibe. Ease, comfort. So many good things come in when we're practicing this vibration. Love, kindness, surrender. Enough. See, you're enough. Just keep feeling that enoughness. Saturate your physical body with enough and let it flow into your aura, into the earth, into the sky, into consciousness, sharing and expanding this beautiful frequency. And let's connect it to all that is. And now you may feel spaciousness. Spaciousness is a concept that you generate through an understanding and a meaning. There you go. Oh, great day. Okay. I hope that you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for letting me join you on this beautiful moon day. Body Studios will be closing. We'll be closing the 30th of April. On the 27, 28, and 29, we're going to have an event called Get Your Rocks Off. And Get Your Rocks Off means that you get to come in and purchase rocks from us that are going to be ridiculously priced. Like we have statement pieces that I'll probably sell you for $100. I have a smoky quartz with citrine in it. I'll sell you for $100. I have other rocks that are like the bigger pieces. Those are 40. And then 5, 10, 15. We have mystery bags. That'll be the 27th, 28th, and 29th. There'll be extended hours. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Of April. Also, I have an immersion the 21st and 22nd. And that'll be the last one that I'm hosting here at Body Studios. I'm very happy, and I would love for you to join me if you feel so led. And it will be attunements for the first hour. We will most likely go into learning right away. And it's going to be like a water hose at first because there's so much information, and the idea is to allow yourself to regulate the amount of information externally because you'll have it anyway. So 2 days of that, and then how I want to support you is I want to give you 21 days of access to me through a chat, and I'll tell you what you can expect from your body, mind, spirit every day, and different focus points and a mantra to go right along with it. And then that way, the integration of the different attunements and the energies and the learnings that you receive will make it easier for you to apply to life. It'll be like a no-brainer. It'll just be, because that's what it is. We're moving into a state of being. So this is like an edge. So I like that. I love giving edge. Okay. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see